Hello, hello.
On time.
Right on time.
Early, some might even say. We were on Instagram just before we were here.
Technically, we were streaming early.
Shocker.
I know. It's great.
Absolute shocker. Guys, how are you?
Everyone's good.
All very, very well. Let's see how many we've got.
Mikey's not on today because he is unfortunately sick, like I am. Although he got it worse than me.
Yeah,
so
the lads have not been in their full health.
No.
Returning from the PGA show.
Well, we indulged a bit. A couple late nights,
right.
bit of drinking. Usually gets me, and then a flight home usually gets me. Always get sick. I get sick every year. It is what it is.
There's a lot of bodies exchanging handshakes. And
a lot of handshakes.
This and that down at the show. So
which is fine. I've missed that, to be fair.
Absolutely fine with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Getting a cold is a part of life. So.
Yes, we'll take it.
We will deal with it. A couple of lozenges for the boys, and we're good to go.
A couple of fisherman's friends.
We are the fisherman's friend this morning.
Fueled up on fisherman's friends.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Mikey's watching. I'm sure he'll drop in. He won't. The kid doesn't miss a beat. He'll drop in and say hello to all of you.
He will.
The thorn between two roses.
He's a rose.
I think he's the rose. We're the thorns.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So PGA show. We just got home on Friday afternoon.
3 rounds of golf, or 2 kind of rounds of golf at Tranquilo over at the Four Seasons at Disney.
Which was in fantastic shape.
Phenomenal shape. Really enjoyed
pristine.
that. And Accra Day.
Yep.
Which we managed to get a joint victory.
Yeah, there was no playoff, but we technically won the event. I think it's a win. A win's a win.
A win's a win, but I just... It was literally getting dark. It was 6:20 or something like night. I'm like, guys, you want to do a little playoff?
I know.
But as it turns out, there was a third team to tie at 15 under in the scramble.
I was doing my practice yesterday, and I, what do we have, 147 on that stupid par, and we all missed the green. I was hitting shots. I'm like, if you hadn't just hit that shot, one of us would have made that 10-footer. But to be fair, you made like a 40-footer at one point for eagle from the fringe. Walsh, you made some goofy ones. Mikey made some goofy ones. We hit some great shots.
Hit lots and lots of good wedges.
So I think it always evens out, right? You could always be lower, always. But we had a great time.
We had a great time.
From our pals at Accra.
Yeah, no, big thanks to Gavin, the guys. The largest gathering of club fitters anywhere in the world.
It is the who's who, isn't it?
It is. It really is. So it's always good fun.
Speaking of Accra, I know we put it out.
Fancy.
I know we put it out, but if you guys haven't seen it yet, one of the notorious picture thieves on Instagram stole it from us.
Yeah.
How do I go back and show it to them? How do I go back and look at that? Anyway, there's so Hazardous Black Gen 4 will be coming out in very small quantities in this really cool
PVD.
It's like rain. Yeah. Don't take just because I'm saying rainbow, but it's not silly looking. It looks like it honestly looks great.
What do you call that paint that changes color in the light and stuff like that?
Well, there's pearlescent paint, but that's more for cars.
Translucent, would it be that?
I don't know. Somebody who's a paint expert. Anyway, it looks sick. We're going to get a small number of them.
We are.
So, I don't know, maybe we'll give one away and sell the rest. We'll figure something out.
It'd be a really good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you guys will love it.
It looks cool as hell.
It's one of the nicest finishes.
People thought it was the Hulk.
I know.
Which I can see why.
It's a little more subtle, a little less green, which I'm a fan of. Yeah, no, it's nice.
Yeah, so that was the Accra stuff. There's new stuff coming from Accra. I think we posted all of it. None of it's embargoed. There's that new ST shaft.
I hit it yesterday. Feels good.
Oh, did you tip it up?
Yeah, nice. I built it up and
I wouldn't mind putting that in my driver too.
I think you'll like it a lot, actually. I really think you'll like it a lot.
I'll bring the Titleist tip in next time.
Felt very nice. What else? Rory and Reed, we were just chatting about that.
That was a duel.
Thank God for Rory McIlroy.
I was watching, obviously the tournament had concluded, but I wasn't sure. I watched it this morning eating my breakfast, and they're both on 18 under.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, hold on, this tournament's over. So I did a quick Google, and as it's loading, I'm like, for the love of God, please tell me Rory won. And it's like, Rory wins by 1. I was like, thank God.
I mean,
thank God.
I don't know of another golfer on the planet who could be so hated, disliked, hated.
Except Greg Norman, maybe.
And just almost thrive and rise, get more performance out of that. That would crush most people. They'd miss the cut. They'd go up, they'd go home, and
he loves it. He feeds off.
Yeah,
it's bizarre.
Flicking tees at Rory. We both said it. If he flicked a tee in this direction,
I'd be in jail.
He'd be choke slammed right onto the
Rory's got a lot of restraint.
Absolutely.
But anyway, good to see him win in the desert, obviously.
Yep.
I really liked watching Max Homa win.
Yeah, we're both big fans of Homa.
Really like Homa. I felt a little bad for Sam Ryder, but he'll win a tournament. He's too good anyway. But yeah, Homa is. I never didn't like him, but he's really grown on me lately. Just as we were talking about off camera, I think his personality, his game, like he drives it so straight. Love that little fade he plays.
Really just plays that flat fade.
It's nice. Great looking ball flight.
Yeah.
He hardly missed a fairway.
Unbelievable short game. Hit a great long iron into, I think it's 16, the par 3.
That was insane.
6 and
imagine making a 2 from 230.
Unreal.
I think he hit 4
iron or something like that. Just
and that's a T100. I think he's got. Like that's
T100.
There's no help on that club. No. I've got the 4 iron.
I know.
It's all on you. But yeah,
it really is.
Good tournament. Good tournament.
Awesome.
Football fans probably would have watched last night's game. A little bit of a wild one. I don't think I've watched a football game that ended in the last 2 seconds quite like that in ages. Kansas fans.
So, little hot off the press. Haven't
Hillington?
announced this one yet. So, Hillington is in Glasgow. That's the new.
Oh, that's your pal Joe.
That's Jojo.
Okay.
Oh, Josie.
Hello, Joe.
Joseph. So,
if you're on.
Joe boy. I'm not sure if he catches it live. I know it's what time's it?
7 p.m.
Yeah.
Maybe having his dinner.
Maybe having a wee Scooby snack. But
well, that's good.
Yeah. So. Club Champion Glasgow is now open. Our partners over there. I was there over Christmas. Really, really excited to have that store open. My dad and his company actually outfitted. They built it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They done the outfitting of it.
Oh, very cool.
So they built all the bays and
that's awesome.
all that sort of stuff, which is awesome. Hung the projectors and shaft walls and
that's awesome.
All that sort of stuff. So
and then your best pal is the head fitter.
Yeah. So it feels like home.
That's a family business right there, isn't it?
It really is. So,
we'll have to pop in when we go.
All of our viewers, in Scotland, obviously, even Northern England. I mean, there is the Golf Principles guys down in Basingstoke, but probably from the North England. I mean, Joe's probably as close.
Is he closer?
He probably is.
Yeah.
So Glasgow, Hillington, right by the airport, is where you're going to find the numero uno boy in Scotland.
And in our hearts.
My main man. In our hearts. Yeah, he really is.
That's good. I'm happy. Happy to see them open. He must be excited.
Definitely.
And obviously he's doing a good job right off the hop.
Yep, mate. So great experience and new clubs inbound. So a purchase made already. Off to the races.
That's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be.
Okay, let's just get into some questions, shall we? Josh is asking, review of the 2023 Pro V1 and Pro V1X, question mark?
Coming your way.
Coming your way, Josh. We
just hit it.
Just did it 20 minutes ago. I don't know if we will release it this week or next week, though, because it's a big release.
It's a big one. I actually added it into the schedule last night.
Oh, did you? For what, Thursday?
I think because there was one video we were supposed to do TSR Hybrids, which we're not going to get to do, so I think I switched those out.
Perfect. So you will see it this week?
Yeah.
Okay. Josh, your wish is our command. You will see that on Thursday.
Yep.
Tomorrow you will see our initial review with everyone's
Mizuno.
favorite. Chris Vishal joined us for an ST230 driver.
Sure.
He was great as always. He never disappoints. We caught him sneaking around the Vokey booth the next day. I was like, what are you up to over there?
Yeah,
He's like, oh, nothing.
Someone else was there. Was it Yagley? Was it Yagley who was there?
Not yet. T.O. was there from Cobra. He was just doing a little whoop. Nothing wrong with that. It's a free country.
Listen, what a compliment if your competition is sneaking into your booth to look at your stuff. And
Vosh liked the look of the new finishes and stuff. I mean, Mizuno's wedges are excellent this year. But yeah, so ST230 initial review on the driver, which I'll tell you right now, we were impressed with. You'll see that tomorrow by hopefully about noon or so. Wednesday, we actually had the lucky pleasure of doing a What's in the Bag with Lexi Thompson.
Lovely girl.
Yeah, she was
really nice girl.
She was extremely courteous and very nice as always. So you'll see that. Cool little interview you did at the Vokey area with Corey Gerard.
Another one of our
He's
really
good
buddies that we do these content pieces with now.
He did a great job.
Corey's brilliant. He really is. Although it's a bit of a pisser having to do a video next to him because he's about 6'3".
Yeah. You got hosed with that about 4 times.
Yeah,
every 6'4" person Ian had to do an interview with.
Guys, literally, bronze Adonis.
He's a good-looking guy.
Better looking than Adam Scott.
Yeah, nice accent. 6'5". You're just like, oh God,
get out,
me.
Corey.
I know, Corey.
First and last.
You've had enough.
I know.
God gave you enough. But anyway, he did a great job. The Vokey stuff's pretty interesting. I mean, the finish is cool, the new finish. But I think the wedge selection and the tee grind are the more like big like ticket items, like those are the ones where people are like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So you guys will hear all about that Wednesday. It's a double release, 2 videos for the price of 1 on Wednesday.
Lots of content coming your way, guys. Lots of content.
We've been busy. Did you know that we have released, actually, trivia question for you. In the last 28 days, you know how YouTube does 28 days?
28 days.
Cycles. How many videos have we released?
I think we've probably done 28 days, 23?
25.
25, that's a lot.
We've released 20, and honestly, as of today, the cycle may make it 26 with the live. It may. That might be the most we've done since COVID.
Definitely.
So there's been a lot, which is
That's
good.
a lot.
It is a lot, yeah.
Wow.
I was wondering why I had a little bit of a sore neck. I'm like, well, you've edited 30 videos. That's probably why. But it's been good.
Yeah.
And you guys have been enjoying it.
That is awesome to hear. Matthew Seneca, so what's in the bag? Ian Fraser should have heard by now. It's coming.
Yeah, I think we'll film that next week.
Yeah, it was TBD on the driver. The driver decision has been made now.
Go over to Ian's Instagram if you're wondering, who's that?
Is that Johnny Wonder?
J-Dub.
J-Dub's dropping clubs off for young Michael.
Oh, what is Michael getting? What could Michael possibly need?
I think it's more what J-Dub needs.
Or are you
Getting
getting
some stuff reshafted.
Okay.
Come on in, come say hi
Come
to
say
the
hi.
fans.
Yeah, Ian's What's in the Bag we will probably film next week because he's chosen a driver. There's the man.
How are you, son?
Seen you since California. How are you? Good, you?
This is the TXG crew.
This is
Welcome.
What's happening?
Sneaking
We are
into
live, my friend. We're live.
Very live.
How you been?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Everything good?
Yeah, just got back in town 3 days ago.
Tired?
You've been busy, eh?
Very.
That was
Yeah, I
a
don't
run.
blame you.
That was a heck of a run.
I think Callaway may have done
Oh.
the biggest driver release I've ever seen in my life.
I think we did.
I mean,
I saw it on TV, for God's sake.
it was. I mean, I felt like they lapped the field in terms of marketing. Like,
They
know,
must have cost, but
I
yeah.
was thinking about it this morning. The marketing part is the battle, right? Market share by the end of the year is the war.
Right.
That's
Right?
true.
You've won the battle.
You have one
Won
of
the
that.
first one, yeah.
Won the first one.
Yep.
And then, like last year, like we chatted about, I mean, Stealth won the battle last year. You know, Rogue won the war.
They had a good start.
Yeah.
Market share was
Yeah.
you know, up there for Cali by the end of the year. So, but we know the product performs. So
It did, yeah. I'm looking forward to hitting
yeah,
it.
I mean-
We haven't hit it in the bays yet, but we obviously had a good time with you at ECPC.
Yeah.
It had early potential, I would say.
It's very. It's got a lot of nuance to it. Like
Yeah.
it's, even at first strike, it's like, okay, this is cool, but then if you start digging into it a little bit more, it's
Well, you've had a good winning record, so Rom's won with it. I noticed, I know Sam Ryder didn't win, but Sam Ryder was using it.
Right, had it in
I know
the back.
Strixon's probably not super stoked
We
about
had
that, but
we had 9 at Farmers. We had 9 non-staffers.
Wow.
With
At
just
Farmers?
the driver in play, plus all the Fairways that were in play.
oh, that's pretty sweet.
That's for us. That's smacking it around for us. That's pretty good.
yeah.
This is, so we were chatting about this. This type of stuff, I'd like to be like a monthly or something feature, like Tour Talk with Wonder.
I can do that.
Come back and
Yeah, 'cause
you
you're
know,
out there, aren't you?
Let's what's going on?
Yeah.
What are people up to out there? Non-staffers, non-branded guys. What are the trends and patterns?
Absolutely.
You know, we're obviously, you know, we're going to hear it from a Callaway perspective in that, you know, but I want to hear like, what are the Callaway guys doing? Like we chatted with Fairways the other day about Paradigm. Fairwood, obviously we loved the Triple Diamond when
Loved
we
it.
were down there,
Oh.
but
Standard ones.
the standard
Killing
one is
it
the
out
one that's
there,
killing it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Stop
it's
it.
not, it's
Yeah.
not
On tour?
Yeah.
On tour.
Is that right, eh?
Yeah, because it launches higher with less spin than Triple Diamond.
Yeah.
So
What?
Triple Diamond launches
Get that CG down a little
like
bit.
this
and-
and
Oh, I didn't know that at all.
A little bit, I'd say comparable or a little bit more spin.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty
for our
cool.
guys, and then the guys that are high speed guys
Yeah.
tend to go to the Paradigm.
Yeah.
The
Huh.
standard one. It's
I
pretty
would
cool.
I would never have guessed that.
To make it out of
Tour
your life,
Talk with
I feel
Wonder.
like I'm just
No,
invading
you're
That's
your-
all good, buddy.
Here.
So what were you dropping off?
Well, we got some reshafts to do for
Some
for
woods?
Miguel. So when I got a big project, I go to Mike for the whole.
Oh, the whole bag?
The whole thing.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of. We just got a bunch of shafts in. So
Oh, nice.
Okay,
Some
anything
experimentation?
I only trust the big jobs to Mikey.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
He's the
Anything
man.
exciting that you've got going in there?
We have one LA golf shaft. And
Oh, I saw that one.
Something, some other ones. I don't know if we can talk about them yet there, but
Oh, okay.
From what company?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Fuji.
You literally can't tell us. Wow.
No.
Mysterious.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We done some tests with some new Fuji product down there.
Yeah, which
You
was
know
good.
what it is, but I don't know if we can talk about it on.
Probably not.
We can talk about the brand. We
can
just
say
can't
what
talk
brand
about
it
its
is.
name.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you were also impressed.
I was also impressed. Oh, so that's what you're getting in the
Yeah, they're on
set.
the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mikey ordered me a set.
Yeah. I think everyone has
Mikey
a set.
Mikey ordered me and Walshy a set.
Yeah.
You gotta get a set too.
I'm definitely going to get a set. It's the weight category I'm using right now. So
yeah, it's ideal.
After watching you boys hit it,
125.
125.
Is that what they are?
125.
I think so. Yeah. There's a 105.
We're gonna be the cool kids of the.
I know.
Oh, all playing the same shafts.
You know what? But I think there's a big migration going this way, especially if it's a dispersion story like they're talking about. It's exciting.
It's believable.
Do you know, it's an interesting thing. Before I bounce out of your live, I was looking at some of the specs from some of our guys, like the loft iron specs. You see Woo Kim plays like.
I saw that.
Did you see how strong it's
really strong.
Does he?
Yeah. So
really
I asked
strong.
him. He was spinning at normal lofts. He was spinning a 7-iron at like almost 8,000.
Oh geez.
I didn't realize how steep he was.
Oh, he's steep.
Very steep.
Okay.
Anyway, but that was an.
That is cool.
Guys, I know.
Yeah.
I
It's
know.
very
I
cool.
live in the world of wonder. I
His
read all that
7-iron's
stuff.
31 degrees.
Yeah.
Wow.
His 4-iron or 3-iron's 18 degrees, like a 2-iron. So he
Yeah.
goes 2, 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is unusual.
That is unusual.
Anyway,
There you go.
well, you guys have a good live.
All right. Thanks,
Good to see you,
J-Dub.
pal.
Good to see you,
Short,
buddy.
Short, sweet.
Community.
There's the man. All right. Where
Where are we at?
we just talked about your what's in the bag. Yes, we will film
Yeah,
that.
we will definitely do that.
When is Mizuno releasing ST230 Fairways and Hybrids? They already have. We actually have one over there. That's honestly, we might do that next week. I hit a couple when I was warming up. It's good.
You like it?
Well, I still have the original one.
Yeah.
And Vosh was saying the new one might be a bit quicker and might be a bit lower spin, which with the swing changes I'm making, I can actually put a bit of spin on the ball. So, you'll see that from us in the near. Honestly, we have so much stuff to film. It's great.
This is crazy. Brian, do you have a Cleveland RTX 6 zip core review coming soon?
We filmed this today.
We filmed it today, Brian.
Not only did we film that, we actually threw a little CBX in there.
We did.
And Ian was spraying water on the face of the RTX 6. Everything you
Super
want.
Soaker.
It's everything you guys always ask for in one review.
You just might love it.
I might just call it the review of the year. Product irrelevant.
Ryan saying Rory's last 8 starts, 3 wins, 8 top 10s, 7 top 4s.
What?
23.5 million in earnings, 18 from the FedEx Cup,
Cup,
obviously.
Good for him.
It's all right, isn't it?
I love Rory.
I mean, and to think that he, all that record in his last 8 starts, and he still nearly get,
leapfrog by John Rahm, who seems kind of pissed off about that.
Same. Oh yeah, rightly so. Just you guys winning almost every start.
But it's interesting though because Rory just won, so it's like I don't know. I think it's a huge accomplishment to get to number 1, but I don't know that those guys care that well. I think John's taking the attitude where he's sick of hearing about it.
Yeah.
I think he gets asked about it too much.
Yeah.
And so I understand why he's probably like, would you just enough? Who cares?
I thought Rory was really classy in how he dealt with it though. He's like, listen, he's like, Rambo's playing unreal golf. It's not really my focus right now. I'm just starting my year. So, down the line, sure, it might be a bit more important, but not for me yet because I've not really got my season off to start yet.
It's true.
As it happens, he starts it off with a win.
With a great win.
Which is, Dubai's near and dear to his heart. He has residency out there.
Does he?
In Dubai, yep. So he's, ever since he joined the tour, Jameer was a sponsor of his.
That's right.
So,
he used to wear the hat or the
logo.
lapel, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's somewhere near and dear to his heart. So, I mean, start the year with a win. You can't do any better than that.
It's kind of like, it reminds me of Tiger. You used to win in the desert. Didn't you used to win in the desert like
he
every year?
He used to go there, and I remember many
just cash
battles.
a check.
Yeah. I remember him starting one year. Him and Thomas Bjorn played the first 2 rounds together, and I think they both started 64-64 in Dubai.
It's good playing.
It really
that
is.
course is not easy. Dave's asking about, remember I showed you that focus thing? Yeah, we saw it, Dave. I got some videos on my phone. Maybe something for the studio. Here's what I think. If anyone's wondering what Dave's, it's a projector that kind of shows you club path and a bunch of numbers. I think it's great for people that don't really understand the metrics.
Yeah.
It might be a good educational tool for your customers, but then again, your fitters do a good job of showing that.
We've got TVs that show that.
I know.
To be honest, like I know
there's a place for it, but
there was
maybe
a little
not
bit
here.
of buzz. Yeah, it wasn't. I think maybe
Maybe
if you're in a self-serving bay,
Yeah.
you're in there practicing.
Oh, that's a great idea.
You know, maybe that type of thing would work, but
That's a great idea.
it's not something that really has got me excited for our business model.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So you're absolutely right. If you rent a quad for an hour,
Makes
I would
more sense,
100% love to have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to catch up on the YouTube questions. We do have TSR Hybrids.
Yep,
We
coming
will
soon, John.
probably film it on next Monday, John. So look out for that in the next 10 days or so. We are spoiled with lots of product coming in, so it's good. It's very good.
Dave Hurley changed path in my irons and now hitting a peak height of 150 to 160 feet.
Oh!
What could be causing that? I was at 120 to 130. Dynamic loft is causing it. So I would imagine you've gotten less into out. So generally speaking, the more into out you are, the more face rotation you have. You de-loft it as a virtue of that. So
Right.
most likely gotten more neutral and hitting a bit higher. A few different things you can do. You probably want to go back and look at some of our compression videos, iron compression videos,
your wrist angle
some
stuff.
of the wrist angle stuff, and
That will bring the ball way down.
That'll really help towards that, Dave. So go back and rewatch that. It was actually probably of last year's videos. It might be our kind of most popular.
Tons of views on
Certainly
that.
up there.
I still see comments from it all the time. Yeah. Okay. Question here about Ventus Red. I really love the Ventus Red in my Rogue ST Triple Diamond.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind a flatter trajectory, maybe 200 RPMs less of spin. Is the TR Red worth a try in the bay? That's a good question.
It definitely is.
Because he's looking for very subtle.
Very minor.
I like that TR Red.
Yeah, I really like TR Red. I don't guarantee though, to be honest, that you'll get it from going into TR Red.
Unless it moves the strike a
unless
hair.
exactly.
Does it need to move up? He needs to move the strike up the head? Is that right?
Yes, to get the spin down and the launch ever so slightly up.
Theoretically, a slightly stiffer shaft on a robot would do it. Are you a robot, Mr. B. Hardy?
In your sense, yeah, it was a stiffer shaft that made it spin more when you tested the Ventus line. So
yes,
that's always my hesitation about giving you guys recommendations on go and try this shaft to lower spin, or go and try this one to raise, spin. Well, I don't know how you load it. I also don't know what head's in it. And I don't know where you tend to strike it. So there's so many variables at play.
But I think, as you asked, is it worth a try in the bay? Yes.
In the bay, for sure.
100%.
Yeah. For sure. 2TJ, good to see you, gents. PJ show was tons of fun. That putt view thing was nuts.
Yeah, we got to get that outdoors. We were going to do a video there, but we thought, you know what? We exchanged contact info and said we would love to do something outdoors with putt view, their new sort of glasses system in the summertime. Yeah. Up at the pulpit would be great. I mean, the greens there are slopey enough, eh?
Definitely.
Help me read those greens.
For sure.
That's a good question. Did you catch when they mic'd up Max Homa for a hole while he was playing in the tournament?
I mean, that's
third round.
Yeah, that's like, he's going to be so unfazed by that happening.
Yep.
Like he's very quick-witted.
He did a good job. I tell you what. He did a good job.
He's a sharp cat.
Yeah. I think it was a cool. I don't know how much more. It was CBS that did it. I don't know how much more they're going to do, but he was the perfect one to do it with. I'm sure like Justin Thomas would do it, Jordan Spieth would probably do it.
Totally.
But they asked good questions. I guess Trevor Immelman is their new guy. I didn't know that.
Yes, yeah, he's their new
Who was he replacing? Because Azinger is NBC.
Yes.
Is he is that
Faldo?
I think that's Faldo. Faldo's out?
Yeah, Faldo left at the end of last year.
Okay, so there you go. So Trevor Immelman's replacing Faldo. I mean, big shoes to fill, but I like Trevor personally. I like him.
I didn't see that. How good was Mac's performance on Good? I didn't know. I didn't see it.
Mac did a video with Good.
I need to have a look at that. I did not see Prankster Alex. We were
take a gander.
Consumed last week, with.
Did he play in like a scramble or something?
I'm not sure.
I'm going to find out right now.
I'll grab this while we're doing that.
Bob Does Sports, they definitely did. It's
Speaking of Bob Does Sports, we met the famous Fat Perez.
Fat Perez, he's a
beauty. My God, is
Good
he ever?
dude.
I really liked him a lot.
Nice guy.
We're hoping to get him up because he's in Richmond, Virginia, actually. I know the other boys are in California, but love to have him. He's a Callaway staffer, but there's got to be something we can do.
He
with
loves
him.
his gear. I mean, he loves
does?
his gear. So we'll definitely get together with the boys. We spent we had a good laugh with Rick Shields.
That was
at
hilarious.
Topgolf. We had a night with Rick and his team.
Still appreciate the invite, Rick. That was hilarious.
It was
Man,
good
that was fun.
Yeah,
The Modelos were flowing.
The Modelos were flowing. The Baby Guinness was flowing.
Baby Guinness was really good.
We never got a chance to try the baby beers. I know he's a big fan of the baby beers.
I think he had about a dozen of those before he showed up. That's why.
Yeah.
He was ready to go. We had a blast. That was fun.
We had good fun.
So we're planning.
Stevens was there.
Nice to meet her.
Yeah.
Always liked her on broadcast. She does a great
excellent.
job.
She is really
very classy. So we were talking to Rick briefly about whether he might come for a content trip in Toronto this summer. If not, I think we can manage to go see him ourselves. So.
We'll either or. We'll be doing some stuff together. But I think the Break 75 series is obviously really taking off for him. And
is it ever?
Yeah, he's got his new business development manager Neil, who's a really super guy. We got chatting with him a lot, and he's really keen. He and his wife have been to Toronto a few times. He loves it, so
nice.
I think he's definitely keen to get Rick over here as well. So
good. We'll help him plan that trip.
We will help him plan that trip, and love to get him in the Bay. We're doing some fit content together and some on-course stuff together. Show him the delights of the big city here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's some courses he'd really enjoy.
Yeah, there would.
And obviously, it would be cool to get him. I know he usually fits himself, but I think it would be cool to get him a proper fit.
Definitely.
What do you got there that you want to take?
I'm glad to see you boys made it home. About time for a visit north of the border. Ian, is your fitting availability up to date? Send you an email, ? You're the best. Send us an email for sure. Fitting schedule for February and March will be established tomorrow. I've got a meeting with Brett, our appointment scheduler.
Nice.
And we'll get that in the books in the next 2 months. We know a little bit more about our travel plans.
Yeah, we have some travel coming up.
Yep, couple of product launches to go to. We've got a couple of shoots to go to.
A big one. Which we'll leave as a surprise.
Yep. Rick Shields is big, but this one is...
It's comparable.
Yep, it really is.
All right. From Chris. Chris is saying he has been gaming the Cobra Rad Speed with the Tennessee White CK70TX. Okay. Struggle with leaving the face open. Now he's going to get an LTDX. Good choice. So he's switching heads, hanging the face open with that CK70TX. What do you think?
Interesting. Chris, please, once you've plugged in your Tennessee White, come back and let us know.
Yeah.
For me, LTDX was a bit of an odd driver in a good way, in that for a low spin driver, typically pushing that center of gravity further forward reduces the rotation. But with LTDX, it was actually I found it like a low draw driver.
Oh, so it was easy to shape.
Very easy to rotate.
I honestly think Bryson said that in the interview. He's like, that was his preference, and he still put lead tape on it. But he's like, his feedback to Cobra was, I want a driver I can draw. So maybe that influence filtered its way. I mean, most people want to hit a draw, no?
Yeah, I think most people do. He's just fearful of the hook. But I just found if I compared it to other low spin models from other brands, typically, with the low spin heads, you get them sitting a bit open, a bit flat.
And they're fade biased.
And they kind of tend to hang out a little bit. This one for me was so easy to draw. So I think that could be a really nice just plug and play, Chris. But once you do it, let us know how it goes.
Let us know. Yep. I mean, you've already decided on the head, so keep the shaft. Same shaft tip, very easy.
Definitely. Graham Parry, gentlemen, do you have a preference for all carbon or titanium drivers?
What a great question.
Do you care?
I only care about what it sounds like, feels like, and performs like.
Right.
And there's been titanium drivers that I love, all of those things. So the TSR2 that I'm playing is all titanium. I think it's great.
Yep.
I think carbon drivers that we've tried even this year, like Cobras, love it. Paradigm is super, super carbony. I thought it was great. I wouldn't pick based on that. That's would you? Would you go, I'm not playing because it's carbon?
No.
There's too many other things going on.
Definitely not. I mean, I think when we were first going down to hit stealth last year, we're like, what's this going to sound like carbon face? then we heard it and we're like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
Really, really good. So
yeah, exactly right. No one knew what to expect, but it sounded great.
Yeah.
100%.
There are so many questions. I'm scrolling so...
I'm going to go a little speed round. Why don't you stay near the bottom?
Okay.
Because I can take a lot of these questions really quick.
That's so much.
I know. Well, we were talking with Johnny for a while. That's probably why. Zach is asking really quickly, how do you fit lie angle with the Lab Mets 1 putter?
Mez?
Yep.
How
do you fit the lie angle? It's part of their process, right?
So there's a putter fitting tool that has its little screw at the bottom.
That's right.
And basically you kind of get in your comfortable, posture position, hand position, then we lock it back up and we measure the lie angle from there.
I should know that because I helped them film the tutorial videos. I'm like, of all people to know, I edited it, so yeah.
So it's
a pretty good process. Easy. It's very easy.
Yeah. My only thing about that process is not everyone has the best posture.
Totally fair.
Right, so I think
fair.
If you're in the wrong posture and you're building equipment around bad posture, then that doesn't always lead to the most consistent result.
Almost like give them a little tip on their posture first, then go, I'm going to fit you for this posture. KC wants to know about the Wilson dynapower carbon. I am exchanging emails with Wilson as we speak, so we will get them. Our friend Alex Etches said, he texted me, he said they were extremely good, the driver. So we will be testing them. Might be a few weeks by the time we get the product in, but never fear, we will actually be testing this. Yeah.
Jack Woods is saying, hi guys, how have you been? We have been very well. Very busy, Jack.
Thank you, Jack.
Have you ever fitted amateurs into hybrids instead of 3 and 5 wood? My woods aren't consistent, looking to get a 16, 17 degree hybrid. Can you please compare new Paradigm TSR and STZ hybrids?
We will do that eventually.
We have done that a lot, Jack. Yep. Some people who really, typically people who come from the inside, keep their weight in their back foot a little bit, and their angle of attack tends to be a little bit too much up. Benefit from going a little bit shorter. Ball position tends to go further back in the stance, and low point gets into a better spot. Obviously, having the loft a little bit down helps with the launch spin and speed. So we definitely do that, Jack. It's a good idea if you do struggle with those types of things.
Do most companies have, like a 17's like a 1 hybrid, and then you can turn it down to 16. So he could basically go to any company, Titleist or whatever.
I mean, I played a little stealth hybrid last year for a little bit. The 2 hybrid, the 17. I mean, it can turn out to 15 and a half if you want.
Does it really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was before your 5 wood, right? Oh man, we're so far. People are commenting on stuff I said 35 minutes ago. Forgive us, guys, but we will get all your questions. Maybe don't throw a new question in right this moment, because I want to get everyone's. What does this mean?
Will Mizuno be coming out with a new Omoi line, so the putter line?
That's what's called?
Omoi.
I didn't know that was called that.
Yep. So I haven't heard anything on that. I would suspect no. I think they're maybe trying to slow down their cycles a little bit more. So
which they're doing with the driver.
They are now doing that with the driver.
If you're looking at an ST230 driver, know that it will be a 2-year investment, which is I'm not surprised because the driver is really good.
There's our boy Mikey.
I was just going to say there's Mikey.
Mikey boy.
Cool. Hopefully you're feeling better, Michael. We all caught the Orlando flu.
Yeah. J-Dub is the grumpy UPS guy. No, J-Dub's not grumpy.
No, he's not grumpy at all. Not seen him grumpy too many times.
No.
See this?
Freddie M, you might be right, Freddie.
You might have your ear to the ground, Freddie M.
Alex Hooper, I don't see your question, but we'll try and find it, Alex.
Okay, Alex. If
I see it there. Up that one, you think?
Yeah. Is it below what you just saw?
It's above.
Is it?
Yeah, a couple above.
Alex, you're making us work for it. There it is. There's Alex.
Alex is a 14 handicap, but working hard with an instructor, making huge improvements with a goal of getting to a 10 handicap in 2023 and an 8 by the end of 2024.
Good.
What heads would you include in a fitting 7-iron at 90 miles an hour? Lots of, obviously, tons in that range. You've got...
Spoiled for choice.
You've got P770, you've got Mizuno 225s, you've got, obviously, Strixon line. You could combo up ZX7s and ZX5s.
Be a hell of a set.
Tons of stuff.
I actually thought that Cobra's... Did you say Cobra? Am I repeating myself?
No.
Cobra's King Tour
Tour
is one to consider.
Gorgeous,
I think it plays, I think it looks great, but it actually is quite forgiving. And if you're trying to get down to an 8, you'd be fine with that. You'd be fine with that.
Definitely. But Alex, like everything else, pal,
get a fit.
Go get fit. And I think your goals of getting down to a 10 and then another 2 shots by the end of 24, I think you can reassess those goals, and I think you can improve that speed if you get equipment in your hands that not only makes you play better but helps you on the journey towards the swing goals you're trying to make as well. Really, a good fitting will help with both of those things. It will expedite that process. So go get fit.
Agreed. Yeah, you might be a 6 instead of an 8. Who knows?
Yes.
Okay, from Juan.
What you got over there, Wonder? You having any fun?
Get sorted out. Okay, so Juan says he was fitted for the Acura Tourzy TZ5 Gen. There's a lot of acronyms here. TZ5 Gen 2 60 M5. It's a driver shaft, yes? At Club Champion. Wonderful. It is a costly premium shaft, fair. Any recommendations for shafts that may have similar profile but be a bit on the cheaper side? Fair question.
I mean, I always think that probably that new Hazardous Gen 4 Black.
Is Hazardous a better price point?
Yeah.
I always thought it was more expensive.
I think it's a lot of stock. So that's stock in a lot of them now. So you could probably pick one up on the road. I think it will be, in the aftermarket world, it's definitely going to be, reasonably pricey.
Just
in
not
the aftermarket world,
not in the higher tier. Okay. Special bulletin from our friend Stevie. Says,
Big Walshy?
Big Walshy says the Rainbow Hazardous is in and ready. So you'll probably see the Rainbow Hazardous on the online store.
Mikey boy, do me a favour if you're watching.
It's a company call.
Text me a picture of that new Rainbow Hazardous.
Yeah, I want to put it on the screen. I don't know why I can't go back. If someone could tell me how you go back in your stories, because I posted a story.
Did you save the story? Did you put
Do you have to save it?
Yeah, you have to save it below.
I didn't do that.
So
oh, you know what I did do though? Is it's in my phone.
Oh, cheeky monkey. So did I.
So do you know? Do you know why I was so pissed that a certain Instagram account didn't give us a photo credit for this? Is because I took this photo. No, I took this photo with my phone in a hotel room, dimly lit, and I think it looks,
nice,
really cool.
Really cool.
And I was pissed that there was no photo credit because it's a great photo. I think we should sell this back to Hazardous.
Yeah.
Put it on your product page.
I know.
I hate when people do that. You can use the photo, but at least say where you found it. For
Instagram etiquette.
It's just poor manners.
If you see a picture you like, if you see a video you like,
sure,
give credit to the original. There's a couple I've shared recently. Always thank you for posting this. Daniel, James,
just tag them in it.
Whoever it might be.
A little tag.
We tag. Where's the love?
I know. Lecture over. But anyway, as Walshy said, the Rainbow and don't be confused, it's not a Hulk, it's the Hazardous Black Gen 4.
Yes.
It's not the Hulk, but it comes in a sexy rainbow looking finish.
Wonder, is there any actual difference between Tour issue and regular besides stated loft?
Drivers,
I guess.
I can show them.
Sure.
You're getting a good answer here.
Getting a good answer.
Where is that?
That is Man's Cave
Woodworking, a regular.
We're just about to show you.
Guys, as I was saying, if you have not put a question in, especially if you're putting a super chat in, hang on to it.
This is a record on super chats.
Yeah, we need to catch up. So pump the brakes, save it for next week because we want to get everyone's question. So Mr. Wonder's coming around.
He's on the hunt.
What's the deal with this triple diamond S? Is that already a thing? I thought that wasn't. I saw a picture of it.
Yeah, no, it's triple diamond S.
Is it going to sell it?
I think it's a tour-only head.
You're not going to sell triple diamond S?
No, it's a slightly smaller.
You promised me.
This is a.
So this is a Paradigm?
This is a Paradigm, but the face. So the difference between tour issue and a retail head is retail heads. On tour we have a wider swath of loft packages. Mm-hmm. So we cherry pick the heads that have a really wide dispersion of lofts. Yep. So we can have a low end and a high end, right? Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, the faces on our drivers are thicker and heavier. So the reason why they're like that, so they actually start off slower, believe it or not. Yeah. So the reason they do that is because the guys beat the face in the middle, and we want our guys to use the same driver all year. So Rom, for example, if he gets to September, October, his driver's really hot.
Oh yeah.
Versus, this is a good one. But that's the biggest difference. Other than that, they're the same. Just the face is heavier and thicker, and our ability to pick lofts is.
I didn't think you would say that about the face, to be honest.
Just narrow it down and
I didn't think that at all.
It's a heavier, thicker metal on the face. So the retail heads start off much hotter. So if I give ROM a retail head, which when we get prototypes, they come in a retail face.
Yeah.
They're always faster when they get the first initial prototypes, always a faster face. The guys love it because it's like, this thing's super hot.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then they know they're going to get handed a head that's going to start.
Yeah, give them some longevity out of it.
Makes sense.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh boy, Jada.
Much obliged. You can hang around as long as you answer questions like that. Okay.
Kyle H.
Kyle H, yeah.
What do the TZ5 and TZ6 compare to most in the Mitsubishi and Fuji lines? So TZ5 is your very stereotypical low balance point, butt soft, tip stiff. Torque a little bit in the higher side, 3.5 territory. So you can find your PDs and those types of things. In terms of the Fuji line, the thing is, TZ6, guys, is such a unique profile. Stiffer handle, softer tip section, 2.8 degrees of torque, super low in torque. It's a very rare one. Actually, somebody asked me this the other day. The only thing that's comparable to TZ6 in terms of those specs is an old Grafloid Pro Launch Blue.
What?
Yeah.
Of all things,
Of all things,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
I always remember that one being, because Aldila NV Green was in that 3.5 degrees of torque, and Pro Launch Blue was kind of the alternate option. So NV Green was the low launch model. Pro Launch Blue was the high launch model because it had a softer tip section.
Okay.
But Pro Launch Blue felt really stable because the torque was so low.
Right.
So I always remember it being 2.8 and Aldila Green being 3.5.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And so now they have, what's it called? TZ6 ST?
ST.
Which is essentially a TZ 5.5.
5.5.
You'll see us review that.
Yeah.
Because Ian's already testing it.
Already built up.
I'm going to pop in.
Yeah.
If I bring a Titleist tip,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind trying it.
We'll
I
get
have
that-
one.
we'll
I
get
actually
that
have
on.
one at home. So.
Yeah, we will do that for sure. But on the Mitsu line, in terms of tip soft from Mitsubishi, TB's not really tip soft. GT certainly is not.
Do they make tip soft stuff?
There's not really anything, to be honest. It's tip soft in the sense like Kylie Red is about to come out.
Okay. So softer.
Softer, but it won't share the torque profile of a TZ6. So really, it's not.
So the answer is really you kind of just
Yeah.
need a TZ6.
Yeah, just get a TZ6. That's what I always say. If you're looking for something from another company, just use the TZ6.
That's so true. Good guys at Acra too. Great guys.
Lovely fellas.
All right, from Felix. Felix says, thanks for the great content. You're very welcome, Felix. Love the feel and performance of the Tour AD Di7X and 8X in his fairway woods.
Lots of people going with that in fairways right now.
Very nice. So based on that, and he's 115 miles an hour with his driver, any driver shaft recommendations? You could be within Graphite Design or other. That's a very fittable
hard,
person. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Very
definitely.
you can fit into a lot of stuff.
It's, I would say that's kind of
SXX.
very similar to myself. Felix
Yeah,
is
that's
like
you.
Di7X and 8X. That's what I carry right now in the new
3 and 5?
CQ.
Oh, that's right, the CQ.
7X in my 3 wood, 8X in my 5 wood.
Mm-hmm,
And again, I can probably talk from my own experience. Felix, we're kind of similar speed, is that I like the XC, XC black and sort of silver shaft. I like the UB also. I think that's a really nice shaft, the kind of blue with grey.
Where would you go if it wasn't Graphite Design?
Probably, it's default at this point, but probably Ventus Blue.
I could have answered for you.
Cheeky Ventus Blue TR, something like that. But it's such an easy answer because you're never letting anyone down.
No, hell no.
That one.
No.
Do I've just found a little hack.
What?
You were talking about how much smaller I look than all those other guys, and
Well, it's not your fault, but yeah.
a wee bit closer to the camera.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I need to do
Well,
that, no?
it's a bit of a focus issue, though. You'll be out of focus.
We don't give a flying focus.
I know. Ian's 9 feet tall, but he's completely out of focus.
Yeah.
Boy, you really got hosed. 3 or 4 of the tallest people I've ever seen in the golf industry. You had to interview them.
I know. Bring back Johnny One. They're always forgiven.
I know. You're the right height.
Same height as me.
That's fine.
Yeah. Or Mikey, I'm much bigger than him as well.
You two were arguing about that at Tranquilo. You're on the putting green. I'm like, you two are the same damn height. What are you talking about? Have you measured?
But he's slightly bigger.
Is he?
No. He's half an inch bigger than me.
You've hit the STX fairway wood and hybrid, not the ST. I don't know why this person keeps telling me that I haven't hit the ST. Anyway, we have an ST. I swear it's an STZ. Is it not? In that box?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe they're having an internal conversation. All good. All good.
Andrew Evans.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we're synced up here, pal.
Syncing up.
So Andrew is asking, he's playing an Apex 19 combo. Those are Callaway irons. He's spinning his 6-iron far too low, 3,900, and his 9-iron far too low at 5,500. Is this too low? Yes. What are my options? Loft tweak. Yeah, I think that would be your best.
You could go Wonder Spec. J-Dub likes a weak.
How much weaker is a Wonder Spec? Where are you? How many degrees do you like to take off your irons?
What was Wonder Spec on Apex?
2 week across the set.
2 week.
Okay. So Andrew, what would
28 in the 6? What was it 26 in the?
29. I went 20.
You went 29. Can you bend them that much?
22, 25, 29, 33, 37, 41, 45 is what I did.
Okay. Andrew,
So
hit rewind and you can grab all those.
Definitely can do it.
So, for example, if his 6-iron is 3,900, if he weakened it 2 degrees, 4,700, 48, something like that?
Yeah, I mean 200 RPMs for every degree of loft, roughly.
Oh, that's all it is. Okay, so
in this case, what we see in there between that, so we've got 1,600.
I think also a golf ball change would be good for you, Andrew.
I think, Andrew's a few different things you want to get to, pal, for sure.
A little weaker
change.
plus a ball.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't think you're a million miles away with those two heads you're talking about as well. I think T100S and 223s would also be very, very good.
Because they come with more loft.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right. Hopefully that was helpful.
Celebrate the first super chat from Andrew Evans.
We celebrated
We're
it.
celebrating you.
Here's one from Alex. Alex, we did do some wedge testing today, and Ian was on the water gun duty and sprayed the living hell out of an RTX 6. You were trying to get off camera. He's kind of like in the corner, and he sprays the first couple. He's like, oh, it's too short. And he raises it. He's like, oh, I've got the right trajectory now. Just arcing perfect water. So for all current models, I'll say this. We just did it's our second wedge test of the year. I know we didn't do this for Mizuno, but yeah, we'll try to spray down most wedges we do in 2023. Because it's interesting as hell. It really is.
Stephen McConnell has made the grave mistake of starting his question with hail, hail.
Is that something to do with soccer?
Hail, hail, the Celts are here.
Oh, for the love of God. You're lucky that he's even going to get on you.
Lucky.
Any idea if Stealth Plus 2021 are faster fairways than TSR? That's a fair question. I think I'll answer first. I don't think
you give him the right answer because I'll probably give him the wrong answer.
and just tell him to go to hell. Yeah. Steven, I don't think that the ball speed is the difference. I think TSR is as fast as anything TaylorMade's put out, but I do think that Stealth Plus 2021 will be a lower spin club option. That's my opinion.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Even though Ian hates you.
Yeah, and I'm not adding to that with any further context, Stephen McConnell.
That's hilarious. Now I'll remember that. That's the chant. What's the Rangers chant then? How's that start?
So theirs is hail, hail. Ours is hello, hello.
That's funny. That's so funny. Another person asking, will we consider doing a wet wedge test? We're doing it actively. We did it today. We will try to do it with all the new wedges that we test.
Definitely.
Where are you in the questions right
Our great pal, John Jensen, who always drops in with super chat.
John, thank you for lunch, as always. You're a beauty.
I know.
You don't have to send us super chats, guys. I'll say it again.
But they're greatly welcome.
But they're gratefully welcome. We eat better.
We eat better. Yep.
It goes right into the production budget, I promise. It literally does.
It literally does.
Okay, so for our friend John Jensen, what's he got going on here?
Looking at game improvement irons, please compare and contrast G430 and regular Stealth. For John, he misses low in the face. So this is kind of one of those, this series we talked about, you request that we test it, right? So
I'd love to do that.
This type of thing for
Is
John,
regular Stealth in the drawer right now?
It is now, it is, yeah. We just put it in.
What's it look like this year?
Well, there isn't a new one this year. Look how those things are neatly laid out.
Tell you what, your staff is
Shocker.
Shocker.
That is a shocker.
They still need a battery and the Quintic laser, but other than that. Okay, so Stealth here versus
John
G430.
I really, really like you. Matty, do you mind hitting those quickly for John?
Right-handed.
Oh, righty. We don't have them in lefty?
If they do, then I will. No, Stealth HD.
No.
Now we have a 430.
430, no stealthy?
Sorry, John. John, I would have done it. I promise you I would have. We have 430 in lefty, but Stealth is in righty. Sorry,
John,
pal.
do me a favour. Let me know your speed, roughly a little bit about your delivery. So guys, this whole you request it, we test it concept is basically going to be you basically tell us how you swing the golf club and at what speed, what your missed tendencies are, and we will recreate it and test 2 heads and 2 shafts against one another.
And we'll be doing it live.
And we will be doing it live.
And it will not interrupt the live Q&A. It will be an additional live. Isn't this just the day of bombshells today?
That's just that.
I actually can't wait for that because that'll be
That's an
hilarious.
exciting one.
We do it like on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Start our day with that.
I think that'll be a really good one.
Because we'll probably have like live on a Monday, film a couple videos.
Live test and midweek.
Live test midweek, film a couple videos.
Okay.
Just so you guys know, this year, 2023, we are going to be filming probably 2 or 3 times a week instead of 3/4 of a day a week. So things are going to change for the better.
Quite the difference.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
That's a prime example. And honestly, John, if you remember, by the time we start that series, we will happily hit those for you.
And yeah, John, if you follow either Matt and I, probably on Instagram's the best,
Send us a DM.
way. Send us a DM with that info, and I'll be happy to test that one again, offline and send you some info because you're always generous on the lives.
I will say the G430s were extremely impressive.
I mean, honestly,
everywhere on the face,
off the charts,
and they look really good.
Yeah, I had tested some with them just before down to the show, and I'm like scratching my head at how good they were.
Yeah, and how good they feel and sound.
Yep. Yeah. Launch high, go far, really good.
Fantastic.
Really good. Brandon Trotter, can irons that are short in length cause thin and toe shots? Got PXG irons and they weren't at the +1 I needed them. I miss. So, yeah,
oh, okay.
Without a doubt.
So he normally plays +1 inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a little uncomfortable.
We could do it. Could definitely do it. I mean, we can't not mention like it's really ultimately your swing, right? Because whether the irons are the 1 inch they were supposed to be, if you took your 1 inch over irons and you went from hitting your 6 iron to your 7 iron, you're not all of a sudden going to start mishitting it just because it's a ½ inch shorter.
Yes, that's true.
Right? So it could, and it might be knocking out the balance of the golf club slightly, but I would always say to someone, you want to probably own that miss a little bit more with your swings.
With the swing dynamics.
Than purely with, they weren't kind of, quite right on the length.
Are you thinking like the length would be a bit of a Band-Aid?
It could
have been a Band-Aid, like with the initial fit?
Trying to push that strike in a little bit.
Because you'll adjust eventually, right?
Yeah. Sounds to me like you're an early extender and you're a handle raiser, to be honest.
Maybe a bit shallow with the thin and toe shots.
So that sounds very much like what it is.
All right, Brandon. Well, hopefully we thoroughly confused you. It's good advice. Good advice. I just saw one really quick I wanted to take. Where the hell did it go? Which Titleist golf ball has the lowest driver spin? Left dash. If you can get your hands on it. Yeah. If you can't, then honestly, I don't care. I'll spoil our next video a little bit. The Pro V1 and the Pro V1X for 2023 are both low spinning golf balls off the driver.
Yeah.
We basically saw nothing in it. So
very, very similar.
But left dash is a little lower.
Yeah.
If you, again, you'll never find them though.
I
should have swiped them from the booth. It could have made $1 million.
I know.
They had left dots too.
Left doties, I know.
$1 billion.
I think left dot was just so hard to find. There was apparently a material in the core on left dot that they actually couldn't, they were struggling to source it.
What a shock, a supply chain issue. What a shock.
I haven't heard that at
no,
all in the
it's
last
never been an issue. When are we going to see the bracket coming back?
Coming soon.
Soon enough, sometime in March or April. The driver swing is starting to get a little better. As Ian and I discussed, no one wants to tune into a driver bracket where I'm hitting it crooked at 165 ball speed. So I want to get myself into the high 170s, and I want to be hitting it consistently. I want to have some fun. So as the swing gets there, you'll see it. But yeah, probably March or April. I am working hard. What else do you see? Where are you?
Iggy keeps hearing the new Stealth 2 Plus is super low spin, but how does it compare to the OG Sim?
Super low spin if the weight's forward, but it wasn't that low spin otherwise.
I'm not sure. I guess that's the driver though. guess that's.
Oh, sorry. I right away assumed fairway. I don't know why. I thought he was talking about the fairway. No, I don't think the new Stealth 2 seems super low spin. Original sim was very low spin.
It was very low spin.
Used to hit fucking bombs, pardon my French, with that thing all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think 2+ is it's going to be in the lower spin, the low end of the spin spectrum with the drivers that are out there right now. But how do you compare? I would say probably similar in terms of the profile from OG Sim. My favourite.
Yeah, it wouldn't be far off, would it?
No.
I don't think the improvements have much to do with. TaylorMade does not need to lower their spin. That is for damn sure. Where's the next
Crusher's saying, did he call him Fat Perez? That's his name.
That's his name.
It's literally
his name. Is Nicholas, but me and Walshy tasted his canned beverages.
Oh, does he have a canned beverage?
I'm sorry that I'm forgetting the name of it, but go to Fat Perez's Instagram. He's the brand ambassador for like canned transfusions and a couple. And honest to God,
good.
While she chugged one at like 11 a.m. I was like, good for you. I had a sip. I was like, oh, it's delicious, but I just had drank too much the night before. What else is new in the Hyatt bar?
Well,
gets
she had
me every
probably
time.
out galloping around the paddock all morning.
He worked it off. Trot on,
Walshy,
as he's texting me. Anyway, Fat Perez is a beauty. I really enjoyed his company, and it would be nice to meet the other Bob Does Sports team. The rest of the lads.
Bo Ortiz.
Yeah.
Recently got a sim membership with 24/7 TrackMan access. It's becoming
That's
more and
pretty
more
sick.
Common these
Is
days.
it?
Yeah, you get
So
like
you
an
scan
access
in?
code and stuff like that.
It's a lot of trust having somebody, but
Club path is 5 degrees with a heel strike, high spin, 5 degrees in or out, Bo. I'm not
Does
sure.
plus mean in to out?
So normally, positive is rightward if you're a righty. So in to out if you're a righty.
But it kind of sounds like if you're heel strike, high spin, you're probably the other way.
It would appear that you're 5 out to in. Yeah, you're right.
That would be our guess, Bo. I hope we're correct. Why don't you? Well, let's assume that he's out in. What do you like?
I like obstacles. I'd like to have objects
I had a feeling you were gonna
in
say
the
that.
way, and like we get these cushions in Mississauga that are like these round cushions that
From
sit
the
down the
couch.
side of the couch. And
Should I tell Lindsay you're using them for training aids?
Linz, thank you.
My wife sold them the couch from
Says
her furniture business, and they're as long as no one rips a hole in it.
No one's ripping holes in it, thancefully.
She's not watching because she's busy at a conference. Don't worry.
It has been good. It has been really actually very good.
It looks like it's brand new.
I know.
What a sale.
What a performing product.
So you basically, or like a foam roller or something like that.
Foam roller would be a great thing to do,
Yeah.
So something like that, angle it, so it's kind of pointing for a right-handed golfer comes over the top, angle it, point out to the right.
Yes.
And have the club path follow that.
Right.
Obviously add in the other parts of the wrist conditions that will allow the face to close a little bit more, maybe a slight tweak to the grip. Generally speaking, the more left the path is, the weaker the grip gets, and the players trying to kind of just pull across.
Yep.
So you've got to kind of try and manage that. If the path is going more into out, we've got the face closing. So I think that would be good.
Yeah.
What other training aids
For slicing specifically?
I mean, I definitely think Playmate.
Yeah, I think if you're
good for that.
If you're a classic, suck the club inside in the backswing and then over the top, Playmate. I mean, Playmate will get your hands moving vertically in the backswing, and then help you at least, maybe not shallow a ton, but at least not steepen.
Definitely.
So I would say Playmate's a good one, no doubt about it.
Get that little kind of stretch, shallow, rotate kind of sequence.
It works well. Definitely works well.
Yeah.
See you, buddy.
Chat soon, J-Dub.
Yeah, I think that's good tips.
Yeah.
And Bo, if we are not describing you and you're too far in doubt, follow up with another question. We'll fix you.
A little bit of travel coming in our horizon this summer. How excited are you about that?
Where we're going? Oh, you want to talk about that? Yeah, I was talking to my wife about it.
Well, Scotland.
So we are going to, dates TBD, but we'll talk about it. Courtesy of Golf Ireland.
Oh.
Really, Dave at Golf Ireland, one of my favorite meetings we had the whole time. And I actually met Dave last year. He's a really good guy.
Good dude. Really good guy.
So they are going to hook us up with a hell of a trip in the
northwest
west of Ireland.
Yep. Ballyliffin.
And I will get something with an R.
Rosa.
You sound like you're close. Here's Dave.
Rosa
Penna.
Penna. Yeah.
So there's 3 courses at Rosa Penna.
Yeah.
We'll be there for 2 nights and play 3 rounds of golf.
Yep.
And Ballyliffin has 2 courses and we'll play there.
Got a good friend over at Castle Rock. We're going to go and visit Big Bertie Boom Boom.
Oh, you were saying that? That's right.
They're like, who? Like, Bertie Boom Boom.
That's right. One of the other staff were like, who?
Jenny was like, who's Bertie Boom Boom?
Yeah. So that will be sort of a midsummer, late summer thing.
Yeah.
But we are, we're going for sure to your homeland in
Scotland,
probably May.
Be great.
I have never been to the UK, so I can't wait.
It's exciting.
I'm actually really excited. Yeah.
It's exciting.
2 trips?
2 trips, little links golf for the lads. So thinking we will probably. I was just going to think about
to
quite
build
a
a bag.
Weekend. Aye. I mean, there will be a whole series about building it for the links.
Well, you can't be hitting it 110 feet high, so I'm
that's
figure
for
something
sure.
out.
So if we start in the west coast, fly into Glasgow, head down to Turnberry, do a little bit of kind of Turnberry, Prestwick,
Can't wait.
Troon, Western Gales. Make the little journey over to the kind of middle of the country, Glen Eagles, Blair Gowrie, couple
Those
of
are
days
central?
there, very central, an hour away,
Yeah.
and then head over to the east coast. Obviously, St Andrews Old, Dumbarnie, new links courses just getting rave reviews.
Oh, that's the one we saw photos of.
Yeah. And also Dundonald. Sorry,
Oh, of
forgot
course,
that. West
Dundonald.
Coast will be going to.
I want to stay in one of those lodges.
We met Ian, the general manager.
Me and Ian are on the flight home. We both got noise canceling headphones. He's like, "Do you want to look at the catalog of the courses?" I'm like, "Of course I do." And then I'm flipping, and then I literally just pick the thing up, like do this across the aisle, point at Dundonald, and he's just like, "That's the one." Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Those little lodges right out on the course. I'm
Like you've got a little putting green in front there and
I
stuff
won't
like
even
that.
sleep. I don't need to sleep.
So good. I mean, and literally at the time of year we're going to be going, what if we should try and do it around like the summer solstice time? Try and get like
So June 20th.
around June 20th.
Dude,
and
I'll
that
go
way,
whenever,
like,
go whenever you want.
that way we can see like how many rounds can you get, because it literally barely gets dark.
It's like 11 o'clock at night?
Yeah, you go into the pub when it's light and you come out and it's dark. So it's light, sorry.
Yes.
So like
So it's dark for like 3 hours.
You go in at like 10 o'clock to the pub and you come out at 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning.
And it's light out?
It's light. It's crazy.
That sounds wild.
It is.
Anyway, we're coming to the UK. And if you're asking, will we be filming some golf? Yes, we will. We're going to get hooked up with a little video team over there that's going to help follow us around. Plus, obviously, we'll do our own filming. So, yeah. And we're going to, can we talk about where we're going in a few weeks? I can't say what it's for, but we'll be in the US again.
We'll be back in the US, yeah.
Yeah, in about 20-something days.
Yep, excited about
For a
that.
product release. And then we'll be in another part of the US for a interesting collaboration video.
A guest fitting.
A guest fitting that is so far unparalleled on the channel and is unlikely to be paralleled ever. All right.
Bo says we are correct on the
Good, Bo. Okay, good. I'm glad we didn't utterly botch that. Good. Thank you. Yep. From Damien. Damien is asking, Graphite Design TP driver shaft and Project X PXI iron shaft alternatives. Okay. So he's basically saying, what's a shaft that's like Graphite Design TP in the driver shaft? Let's start with that.
And Project PXI.
Would AMTs be like PXI? Am I wrong?
No.
Different
thing? AMT
thing?
has a wider gap of incremental weights.
Okay.
TP first.
Yeah, go TP.
TP's pretty stout.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that one of their stiffer ones?
It was one of the stiffer ones for sure. They're really difficult ones because like I'd love to know what is it you're trying to recreate.
Yeah,
like,
that isn't those.
Yeah, is it the feel of it? Is it the performance of it? You know, like and if obviously you don't want what the TP gives you, or you would just use the TP. Right, so what is it like?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Yeah, what is it that you're looking for?
It's a fair question.
Maybe follow that up because like it's so broad. It's such a. I mean, I could give you any shaft with a kind of firm. They would call it in graphite design land kind of firm plus tip section, but.
Yeah, what do you want?
What do you want? And then in terms of PXI, I mean, Project X IO, the individually optimized shaft. So you're looking at something with slightly higher balance point and in and around that 110, 112 gram territory. So what's in and around that? Maybe some 115. I mean, I'd be interested to see how you hit some 115 Acra greens. So something with the
eye
dynamic
steel?
gold eye steel, yeah. So get the dynamic gold butt section with a rifle tip section.
Right.
So not a Project X stiffness in the tip section, but definitely a rifle, so it feels good.
That's a good suggestion.
But let us know in the driver shaft email. I'll try and help more with that one, but it's difficult.
Okay, officially, we have to speed round through the remaining questions because we've already been on for an hour. If you have a question, please save it for next Monday, which is February the 6th.
Brian says, nothing better than your wife's reaction when she comes home to find you using furniture as training aids.
That's okay. Awesome. I mean, my wife's probably come home to me using furniture as a training aid, or I've hooked up what's it called, the resistance band to the banister, and she's like, that thing's gonna rip off, and yeah, she's used to it. Okay, speed round begins. Again, we appreciate the questions, but please save them for next week. There is no chance in hell we're gonna get through too many more because we've already been on for an hour and 5 minutes. And with that said, here we go.
Here we go.
Connor is currently playing Ventus Blue 7X in his G425 driver. Yeah, okay, considering the switch to 6X, but in the TR.
Love it.
Do I need heavier, lighter weight in the head to get a similar swing weight? Okay, so do you think TR and Blue have drastically different swing rates, 7X to 6X?
You really won't need it, Connor. It's
plug and play?
Yeah, like people were asking me yesterday when I was posting about using the 40 gram X, which is 49 grams, so it's closer to 50 than it is to 40. But it takes a lot of shaft weight. It's 9 grams of shaft weight to move a swing weight. So it takes a lot. Yeah. So 2 grams of head weight, to move it versus 9 grams of shaft weight. So it's really not going to make much of a difference.
It'll be good to go.
Yeah.
That's a nice little shaft change there. The TR is great. Okay, from Buffalo, Happy Hour. Just got a full iron fitting from Club Champ in Buffalo. Lovely. What are your thoughts on peering shafts? Okay, well, let's probably start with that.
Yeah.
But the last part of your question, need the driver adjusted, so might make the trip to you guys. Do it.
We'd love
it's not
to
far
see
from Buffalo.
Definitely.
2 and a bit hours. Actually, you'd be in Mississauga in less than 2 hours.
Definitely.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on peering shafts? And you don't have an hour to talk about it.
No. Worthwhile, yes.
Peace of mind?
Peace of mind for sure. I mean, you just cannot hide that these shafts, I mean, other than really the Shimada and Oban products, which are cored.
Right, out of piece of metal.
Yeah, their shafts are cored, go through a completely different process. But when you're taking sheet metal and welding, even though as microscopic as those seams are, they can't come without any effect on the balance of that shaft. So whether there's a weld, whether there's a and we see it. We test and we pure these shafts all the time. Some are improved more than others. But I think when you're building a set, in terms of the continuity of how that set's been built, do our customers, like it? We've had lots. I get more feedback from people who say like, wow, like I never really thought there'd be a difference, but wow, there's a real difference. Than people going, yeah, I don't see anything.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I get a lot of people saying that. So, I remember we tested, we done a 1 versus 1, but what we haven't done is set versus set.
Which is what you have to do.
Yeah, which is what you want to do. So, yeah, I think it's something to experiment for yourself and try it, see if it works for you, if it gives you, any more performance or any more peace of mind, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But our customers, when they come into TXG, even before we had the machine, the customers who want their clubs built to the best possible spec ask for it.
That's a good point.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
There is no disadvantage to doing it, that's for damn sure.
No, zero.
Cost a bit, but that's about it.
Yeah.
You've already made your peace with that, right? So, okay. From Soren331, driver miss tends to be high toe with an overdraw. Yep, those go hand in hand. Used to game a G410 LST, now gaming a Stealth. You're probably going to be hitting it a little bit more crooked.
Yeah.
What new driver has a taller face or forgiving off the toe? I mean, honestly, what's more forgiving than a G430 with the toe weight?
Totally.
What is? Nothing.
Nothing. Because of the toe weight.
And the toe weight, yeah.
I think TSR2 is a phenomenal driver. It's
Agree.
pretty good, but I don't think anything. Like there's MOI measurements, then there's effective MOI measurements. So if you can put that weight over and marginally move the CG over towards that toe side and stabilize that off-center strike,
Yeah, hard to beat, eh?
No-brainer.
I mean, if you want to try the Callaway you can move to the toe as well, but Ping is just they're notoriously straight hitting clubs, so I think you stick with Ping and slide that toe weight over.
Here's an interesting one. I know we've got a few more supers to get, but I thought this was quite good from Nick. As a fitter, would you like to see club manufacturers go back to 2-year cycles on products? As a fitter, no. Because I'm always looking for more options, better options, advanced.
Tiny advancements.
Little bit of advancements. As a consumer, I would. Yeah, probably if I was in your guys' shoes, I probably would.
100%.
The reality is, guys, the test of the product is not year on year, right? Because really, I'd love to know, it's probably got to be under 5% of people actually change clubs annually.
It can't be.
It's got to be less than 2%.
It can't be that many.
So
people. Every single year, it can't be very many.
So really, what
Except us.
Yeah, I know, donkeys.
Multiple times a year.
But what we're going to start doing is we're going to test 2019 versus 2023 this year.
4 to 5 years.
That's our kind of or that timeline that we think you guys should be looking at. So all the testing we do this year, we won't be testing head to head this year versus last year, because you're setting yourself up for failure. We're setting ourselves up for you guys to go, nothing's really changed. Well, no.
No shit. Yeah, basically. Yeah. And we did a lot of that, and people were nice to us. They're like, we appreciate that you were honest, that there wasn't huge changes, and we just did the test and showed you the results. Now, could a driver be 1% better than last year? 100%. But to do Maverick versus Paradigm, F9 versus Aerojet, I think that's going to be really cool.
What we want to be doing.
And we were talking about Titleist, not to bag on Titleist, because we are awfully nice usually, but Titleist drivers used to be kind of crap.
We didn't love,
917. So imagine 917 against TSR. I mean, it'll be an absolute blowout. It'll be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'll swing right-handed with one of them. It'll be better. Yeah. So we're going to do a lot of that this year through one of our supplier partners. So
definitely. Joseph Batista or Jose Batista.
I was just about to say, is that Jose?
Yeah. I play hard step S4s in my irons. Should I go heavier in a stiff flex for my woods? 2, 7S and 8S to keep a similar feel. You definitely could do. If you like to use the weight to create that feel, Joseph, I definitely think you could do that if you like it. If you're a more timing-oriented player,
right?
You definitely could.
Gotcha. Okay. As I said, we're going to fly through some of these here from Spud.
There's
so many. Spud the Fud is working on getting more consistent strikes. Playing the 712 AP2s, okay. What irons would help? I-230, P770, Apex Pro, ZX7. I mean, those are all great irons. Mm-hmm. Are you going to notice a huge forgiveness change from 712 AP2s? Is that old enough of an iron?
Yeah.
How many years is that?
I mean, I was
it's a lot.
Back in
Is it 8 years?
More than that, way more than that.
Because I had the original ones 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
I mean, the original ones, I wasn't even in Canada, because I remember when the original ones
I was like 18.
first came out.
So, sorry, that was like 15 years ago.
It was like,
I was like 18 years old.
It's got to be the 2000, maybe 9 or 10, something like that.
I mean, I would say these are all great choices.
That's Gen 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, any of those Spud, the FUD, are going to be better. I mean, I think I-230's one of the best irons out right now. I really do. I love them.
Yeah, Ping did a great job.
Yeah. ZX7s, we love those.
Fantastic.
770s and Apex Pro are both very, very good as well.
Yep.
But I think I have a softer spot for I-230s and ZX7s.
Yeah, I think I-230 is one of the best irons, you're right.
Me too. Jack Everton, thoughts on NS Pro Modus? So the Modus 115s, are they mid-launch, mid-spin? They would be considered that, Jack, yeah. Definitely on the softer side, pal. Yeah, without a doubt.
Gotcha. You must be just below me, yeah?
I'm right down at the bottom.
From our pal Mick Crowley, sent us a little gift.
Oh,
he
Mick.
says, have a coffee and what is that?
A bacon butty, bacon roll.
Oh!
A bacon roll.
Thank you, Mick.
Thank you, Mick.
We will
do that, pal.
Much obliged.
Very much obliged.
Delicious. All right.
Where are we at?
I'm still scrolling, pal.
There's a lot of action.
We appreciate the questions, guys. Sorry we didn't get more
in
today. It just got away from us. What else is new?
So I've got this one here.
Are you right down at the bottom?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Okay, from Brendan. Brendan's the next one on my list. Brendan says, love your stuff. Thank you, Brendan.
Thank you,
He started playing in May of 2022, and you're obsessed. That's the way it goes. End of the year around a 20 handicap. Good for you. Do you think at drive? Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Even if he just learns about his swing, and
you will really you'll find massive value.
Make sure you go to a good fitter, obviously. But
do your research locally. Find the right people to do it.
Come to Toronto.
Club fitting is not all club fit is not created equally. I can promise you that.
Hell no.
So there's definitely knowledge that's deeper than others in some places.
Yep.
Obviously technology, options, stuff that whether it's us. There's 100 and so club champion stores in the US. There's in the UK. There's a bunch of really good options in the UK, north and south of the border now. Again, within our affiliate network. So happy to recommend if you let us know wherever you are, Brennan, somewhere that you can go to get fitted. But being fitted, guys, is the absolute best, most important thing that you can do for your gear.
Do it, especially off the tee, right? Okay, so this is the one. There's from this gentleman.
Yes.
Let us know what your question is.
I didn't see. I can find the a question.
Hopefully it comes in.
Trevor Danny, is the Pro V1 pretty much the left dot? Does anybody know? It's moving in that direction, Trevor.
Yeah, you'll see the literature come out. It's a little bit more that way.
Direction, for sure. I think there'll be slight differences in the cover, but
cover?
Yeah,
I found it.
Good lad.
Okay. I have noticed that a club with CG closer to the shaft is actually better for me. Okay.
On the X-axis.
Yep. Seems a lot easier to close the face. That's the reason why they do it.
Absolutely.
Is this typical? 100%.
Yeah.
That's why they put the CG closer to the
exactly.
The shaft.
Just to give you more, we talked a lot with this with Vosh, but when you move the CG closer to the X-axis, which is the axis that runs, towards the shaft, Z-axis runs front to back. Y-axis runs vertically, top to bottom. So when you pull the mass towards the X-axis, you're basically putting the player in the control seat of the rotation of the club head. So you allow them to dictate whether it rotates, whether it doesn't. Whereas if you pull it back on the Z-axis, you actually stabilize it and you make it harder to manipulate and rotate.
Makes sense, yeah.
So it makes perfect sense.
Is this the one you got from Jose?
Yep. I think we're all caught up.
Jose Bautista. And you got Jacks.
All caught up. Yeah, I got Jack.
And
it's funny. I think they're actually answering each other's questions for them.
Yeah, thank you for those of you. Okay, let's take. We're going to take 2 questions, not super chats, and then we're going to sign off. It's been a great live. That's why we gave you bonus time. We've been enjoying ourselves. Good attendance, which we always love to see. Yeah, let's grab a couple. Let's grab a couple here. What do you
couple of wee cheeky ones.
Yeah.
Our boy over at Mainly Putters.
Who's that?
So Mainly Putters, we've done a contest with. We're actually going to do another one with in the next while. Do putter refinish and stuff like that.
I love that stuff.
Really, really good.
I might send him my ping. Not that it needs refinishing. I wouldn't mind kind of customizing mine. It's the first putter I've had where I know I've only played with it like 3 times.
You putted great.
The stroke feels good with it. I just need to learn how to read greens.
Really nice. Good iron to combo with the MC 502s.
Oh.
I mean, it depends. You can go with hollow bodies. You can go 201s. If you want to stay in the kind of Mura family, you can go 201s. Not a bad thing. You can go. I mean, like I did. I went with the Apex Pros. Very minimal offset. Launch really nice. It just depends. Just really depends what you're looking. Obviously, I think you're probably looking for forgiveness. I'm currently playing the Mizuno 225s, the long irons. Probably the shots that I remember the most from our time in Florida probably came with those clubs. If I'm being honest, I thought those 225s were really, really nice.
Nice.
Between the 225s and my little 5-wood, I think on hole 18, really tough par 3 at Tranquilo.
You hit an absolute, probably one of the best shots I've ever seen you hit, to be honest.
Yeah, well, that
almost hold it for God's sake.
That 5-iron, was one of the
crisp.
One of the really good ones. Then the little 5 with the second day was
because it was playing like 240.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was legit.
Yeah,
I hit mine in the water. The first day I hit it good.
Yeah.
First day I hit it good, and that's how I
lovely par.
Made a par, and me and what the hell was it? Me and Walshy.
No, you were playing with Johnny.
Me and Johnny got a half out of the match with a little
Walshy
par there. So Walshy and Michael. All right, last one.
Yeah,
here it is. I'm gonna take this one. Zach, any tips for chipping off tight lies? He has the tendency to want to try to clip it perfect and find it difficult to turn through with the types of lies. Okay, so I'll give you my thought.
You're very good at this.
And this is what Gareth taught me, and it's the only reason I can do it well. Most of the time, you're engaging the leading edge, and that's why you're having trouble. And so you're having an experience where you get the leading edge into the tight lie, you duff it, and you go, oh God, like please never let that happen again. So then you start getting a little bit like picky with it, like, oh please, for the love of God, don't do that again. So what I would say is take the shaft lean out. So literally if you're leaning the shaft, I don't know, I'll pick numbers, 10 degrees. Lean it 0. Lean it back, for God's sake, who cares? And practice shots where you feel the bottom of the club hitting the turf prior to the ball. Engaging the bounce.
Which is a scary thought
it's
for a lot of
scary
people.
as shit, but I mean, honestly, Gareth took me to, what the hell is it called? Is it Red Tail?
Yeah, Red Tail.
So a very exclusive private club west of Toronto. Conditions are immaculate. Tight lies would be an understatement. And he showed me some of these techniques, and I was just like, how have I never heard this before? Just you can be shallow in the backswing, doesn't matter what you do, but don't orient the club where the leading edge gets involved. And that will help. Honestly, you won't be scared of him anymore. You won't even necessarily feel ball first contact. You don't need ball first contact.
No.
So that's what I would do, Zach. It will make all the difference. Because I used to be the same. I'd be like, Eagle's Nest?
Yeah.
Super tight lies. I would just like chunk 8 chips around there. I wish I could go back now and play those rounds again, because you take that shaft lean out, the actual back of the club will hit the turf, and that's the way the wedge was designed.
One thing I would say, Zach, if you to get into that and actually watch Matty and Gareth doing this together, Gareth has his monthly online tutorials and lessons.
Thank you for the plug. Appreciate it.
You can definitely go in there, guys. If
Tons of videos.
Any of you are looking to really sharpen up your short game tools and maybe understand some of the concepts a little bit more and how to play some of these shots, bunker shots, and different challenging shots.
Rough shot, like thick rough.
Yeah, it is a treasure chest of information and knowledge. So, I mean, for very, very minimal amounts a month, compared to some of the other platforms out there, I think that value for money is literally as good as it gets. So, Gareth Rafleski Golf.
Easiest thing to do, honestly, is just go to Gareth's Instagram, which is just Rafleski, spelled Rafluski, but pronounced Rafleski. It's his first link. But it's Rafleski Golf on Google. It'll pop right up.
Do that.
And I think I did at least 20 something segments with him. Myself, some of his tour. Tom McKibben, who's kind of an up-and-coming guy on the European tour.
Tremendous.
Did a series with him. I'll tell you what, if you want to see someone hit shots off a tight lie, I was literally behind the camera going like, what the hell was that? Just like ridiculously good. Gareth is, he's an extremely, extremely good short game coach. So I would engage with him. Check out his Instagram first, see if you like his style, and then if you do, sign up for his thing. It's not that expensive. Good. Even if you join for a month or two, you're not going to hurt my feelings. So.
Rafleski Europe, we're going to pay Gord a visit when we're over in Ireland for sure. He reached out the other day. He's excited to see us. So,
what is the name of that resort?
Sleeve Russell.
Apparently, an amazing facility. So, we'll visit that place while we're there. Really cool putter studio in there and stuff. So,
that'll be fun.
Someone put something in the chat that I didn't know was quite official yet, but I was forgetting that our pal Alex Etches is going to move to Ireland.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's this summer though. I'll tell you what, if it's this summer
if he's there,
he's there,
he's coming.
We'll see him. I promise you that. If he isn't there till later, we'll catch him on the next trip. But I think he might actually be moving in the summer with the little one and the missus, obviously.
Awesome.
Okay.
That is awesome.
Guys, long live but fun live. Enjoyed it. Very enjoyable. The
Hour and 22.
Extra 22 minutes for your pleasure. But we had fun.
Love it. Excellent.
So this week, we mentioned a couple videos coming out already. So we have full schedule this week. We'll be back Monday filming again.
Mizuno, for those who didn't catch it, start Mizuno testing with Vosh at PJ Show.
Tomorrow.
Watch that. I think there's some real nuggets, fitting nuggets in there.
You guys had some good back and forth.
We had some good stuff. And then when you're going back and forward and we're kind of fitting you into stuff, and we tried some different stuff and we saw some things that really worked. We saw some stuff that didn't, and then went back to stuff that really worked again. So it was really, really cool.
It was a great session.
Lexi, what's in the bag? Lexi Thompson took us through her bag, some new equipment that she's put in her bag. She's not one that changes an awful lot of equipment. So
it's true.
Great to see and spend time with Lexi. She was an absolute diamond. I heard she was, but
she's great.
In person, really, really impressed with her. Demo day, I think, for as long as we've been going to the show, she is somebody who's there every single year.
She's always at that stage. She does something every year.
Yep. And you know what? She does every interview with a smile on her face.
She does.
And that's not easy to do.
We were not her first interview of the day. She probably had already done 24, but she did great. She was in every direction.
In every direction.
That's Wednesday at noon.
Yep. We're going to do Pro V and Pro VX 2023.
Thursday.
And I forget what the other one is.
Oh, well, we filmed a really good wedge video. Should I save it till next week?
That could be it. If it's not, I know I can remember looking at the calendar last night, but
you might release it Friday.
I think it was RTX 6.
Will you guys watch it if it's on Friday, please? Get those views up. It's a really good video.
Fridays, come on, pick up the Friday game.
No, we've been releasing on Friday. We'll release one.
Yeah, that's good.
The wedge video was great. So yeah, full week, and then we're obviously back next Monday filming. Tons of stuff to film, and we'll be live again. So
definitely
we will see you all week and next week.
Yes.
Anything else?
Nothing else.
All good?
Okay. Love you and leave you.
Thank you guys.
See you next week, guys.
I appreciate all of you coming and
Take
watching.
Care.
Bye.